We are live. We are here. It is official. Wrestling with Maverick is back. And yeah, I know that I've done this whole thing where I'm injured and all this other bull crap, but I'm here to say right here, right now, live, that all of that's over. This is a fresh start, a fresh beginning for Wrestling with Maverick. We're still going to have the Universal Media Championship, all of that stuff. But this is a new start for Wrestling with Maverick, and we're kicking things off with talking about WWE Backlash. Big show, really big show for Puerto Rico. It definitely changed the game. Um, it broke records all across the board from live attendance gate to pay-per-view distributors, all that stuff. It broke every conceivable record imaginable. And just some of the matches we got were actually really good. The Bad Bunny match I very much enjoyed. I thoroughly enjoyed the match with Cody and Brock, and I'm not a big fan of Brock Lesnar. Never really have been. Robert, you're right. Backlash was great. Yes, it did amazing numbers, the likes of which we may never see again unless SummerSlam, WrestleMania, or something. But they did amazing numbers, like amazing. On top of that, the card top to bottom, some of the matches were kind of lackluster. I didn't really much care for Bianca Belair versus Asuka. It was kind of just like, okay, it's a match. Loved the Brock Lesnar Cody Rhodes match. That match to me really solidified Cody. I can't wait to see what they do at Night of Champions. So moving from that to the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, the World Heavyweight Championship will now be contested between Seth Rollins and AJ Styles. Honestly, can't wait to see it, but we already know who's going to win, considering that the World Heavyweight Championship, courtesy of the draft, is now property of Monday Night Raw. So, all that to be said, this match between Rollins and AJ is probably going to be the biggest match of these two of their careers right now. I don't think they ever met before. This might be the first time ever meeting between the two, and it's for the World Heavyweight Championship. So that says something right there. And also for the first time since 2000, I want to say 13, the World Heavyweight Championship is back. I think 2013 is whenever they unified the WWE Championship and the World Heavyweight Championship together to make one title. I think that was 2013. I could be wrong. So, what do you all think of Rollins and Cody, or Rollins and AJ deciding the World Heavyweight Championship? I think it's a good move by the company. It keeps Cody fresh. Yes, it was. Backlash was epic and monumental for a lot of reasons. I believe they are going to try to go outside of the States a lot more for pay-per-views after what happened with Backlash. So we'll see what happens with that. I know they have Money in the Bank in the UK. I believe that not next year's WrestleMania, but WrestleMania after that might be in Mexico. I could be wrong, but I think it's going to be in Mexico. Sorry, I'm playing with my dog right now. Anyways, so we have Rollins and Styles to decide the World Heavyweight Championship. Nice. Okay. That's really good stuff right there. Really good stuff. So all in all, I would say this week in wrestling was definitely a huge monumental week, going off of Backlash into the tournament for the World Heavyweight Championship, even going back to the draft, I believe WWE right now is in a prime position, much like it was in the Attitude Era, much like it was in the Ruthless Aggression era. I think WWE, this is a whole new WWE. This is a WWE, yes, under Triple H, and I think it's going to be ran properly. Oh, and big news: the merger name is now official. Apparently, it's called the Well Incorporated, which means that WWE and UFC will remain separate, but also divisions within this merged company. It's confusing, I know. It just confused the hell out of me. But all that to say, this is definitely a huge moment for WWE moving forward, especially going into doing events overseas. I think that's definitely going to dictate. Backlash is going to dictate whether or not we get more out of the states pay-per-views, in my opinion, and I think it did a really good job with it. Moving on from that to, again, the World Heavyweight Championship. Cannot wait to see AJ versus Rollins. Going to be a banger of a match. And on top of that, like I said, Wrestling with Maverick is back. I'm not doing the bullshit where I got injured anymore. Fuck all that. I'm changing up some stuff. I want to apologize to everyone. It's been crazy, but I'm back. And this is going to be a whole new beginning for Wrestling with Maverick. I've trimmed some of the fat that needed to be trimmed. And I'm doing this because I love it, not because I want to do it for other people. I'm doing it for fucking me. Okay? For years, I've done for other people. This is for Mike. Excuse me. This is not for Mike Maverick. This is for Michael Keaton and the people who have watched this show from its inception to now. I want to thank you. But this show is for fans, and that's it. You know, I've made a lot of enemies in doing this, and I'm okay with that. I've been blacklisted and all kinds of stuff, and that's fine with me. Wrestling with Maverick is back. And I don't care who's mad about that. I don't care who gets upset about that. For years, I cared. Today is a new day. It's a new launch, and it's a new beginning for Wrestling with Maverick, and I don't care who it offends. I don't care who it hurts. I've trimmed the fat, and I've cut ties with people that I should have cut ties with a long time ago. I'm done carrying the bricks. I'm done carrying the bullshit. Mike Maverick is back. And I'm going to do things the way I want to do them, the way I became successful with two guys. I'm going to do that again. And I don't care who it hurts. Okay? And I'm doing this for the betterment of this brand moving forward. I trimmed the fat. I'm done with all of it. You're exactly right, Robert. Thank you for that. Kevin, thank you. But I have officially trimmed the fat with all the BS, all the political BS, all of it. Wrestling with Maverick was built as an independent thing. It's going to remain independent. I'm not going to charge $5 to be part of this show. I'm not going to beg people to be part of this show. You either want to be part of it or you don't. Okay? I'm done begging. I'm done with all of that. Begging people, all that crap. I'm done with it. This is me taking a stand for something I believe in, for something I love. The Roku channel is still in the works. I will let you all know all about that once it's time. I'm still working on certain things with the Roku channel, trying to get certain things situated and put in areas that needs to be put in, but that is coming soon. I promise. Just bear with me, okay? Kevin, you stay true, brother. You stay true. That's for damn sure. But like I said, this is an independent show, and I'm done listening to outsiders tell me how to run my show. Okay? From now on, I run my show the way I want to run my show. And I posted it in the chat. I don't know if anyone has really seen it or paid attention to it, but starting in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to do a viewer's choice edition of Wrestling with Maverick, which means you all, the people who comment, the people who watch this show, are in charge of the entire show. In charge of it. You decide what's talked about. You decide the discussion. All of it is done by you. You are basically the general manager of Wrestling with Maverick for one show. Honestly, I've thought about doing a radio show. I might do one down the line. I'm not going to do one right now. I got too much on my plate with this podcast plus my other podcast that I'm doing, and on top of that, my comic book and my movie. I have a lot on my plate, and it's a lot for one person to handle. That's why I said I trimmed some of the fat that I needed to trim. Um, but anyways, thank you. Thank all of you for being here. It means everything to me. He probably does. I don't know. I really don't, to be honest with you. I don't much care for AEW. There's a person who's going to be on the show a lot, like bi-monthly. Her name is Mandy. She's a huge AEW fan. She'll be covering the AEW stuff a lot more. I don't have the time to watch all of wrestling. I just don't. There's so much of it out there. I don't have the time to watch it. But she's going to cover some AEW stuff and all that. And like I said, I've been so busy with other things that I'm doing. I don't have the time to watch all of wrestling. I just don't. And I intend to have fun this time. You know, in the beginning, whenever this podcast was called Two Guys in a Wrestling Podcast back in 2019, it was fun. Then it became every day. Then it became something that I didn't want it to become. Myself, or at the time, my co host. We didn't want it to become that. And it became that. You know, we go from doing a show at a public library to being on Roku TV to helping out with a local wrestling company here. And it became work. It became something that I did not want it to become. And the people that were involved in that other company wanted to control and dictate what happened on our show. And that's just not how it works. I'm not gonna sully the integrity of this show for them. I'm just not. That's not me. If you don't like it, I don't care. I don't know who that person is, but okay. But anyways, back to what Robert's comment was. You're right. A lot of people like to play with like to play with business and stuff like that, and that's not what I'm about. I'm a business person, and this is what I love to do. And I'm trying to build this brand, and it's hard to do by yourself. It really is. But I think I'm doing pretty fucking. I think I'm doing pretty fucking good for myself. But all that to be said, thank you, every single one of you who follow this page, who follow the WWM We Love Wrestling page, whoever you are, thank you, because it means the entire world to me. I know there's other podcasts out there that you could be watching. I get it. I know that, and I'm okay with that. If you want to watch their product, go watch their product. I don't care. But the people that have stuck beside me, it truly does mean a lot. And it's been a lot of people jumping ship to other places that left because they wanted that satisfaction quickly. You don't think there's been times that I wanted to walk away? But there's been times that I wanted to quit because I don't do this for the money. Never have. I do it because I love what I do. And there's been times that I wanted to walk away. There's been times that I wanted to leave, but I didn't. I stayed the fucking course. And that's what I've done every single fucking time and what I intend to do for the rest of my life. Those people that left, more power to you. Wherever you go, I wish you the very best. I really do. But I'm staying right here where I built this motherfucking place. I built it. My hard work built this motherfucker. Sorry about that. My hard work built this. And I'm staying right here. Staying right here for you, the greatest wrestling podcast fans in the entire world. Thank you for making me part of your weekend. Thank you for believing in me enough to watch this show. And then whenever I don't do a show, message me and say, what the hell's going on, bro? That's what I need. And I thank you for that. But I have to end this a little prematurely right now. I got to take care of some other stuff. But be sure to tune back in next Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern. We'll be back. Another Wrestling with Maverick. And who knows, someone may join me. Do not forget, little programming notes. The interview that was scheduled for this Monday will be moved because I overbooked myself like a fucking dumbass. So again, I want to apologize for the programming note. It will be moved to a different day. I will message everyone in the chat and let you know when that interview is going to be. Also, if you're a fan of me just sitting here talking about bullshit, I do another podcast. It's called the NSFW podcast, and it's mostly for adult content. And we have a boatload of interviews lined up. Okay, well, if you want to give Crazy Eddie some of my information, I'm sure Robert will give it to you, and we can work something out with that. But anyways, back to what I was saying. I have another podcast called the NSFW podcast that airs every other Sunday. We're working on the time frame for that. We have a boatload of interviews lined up. Don't want to go into too much detail on that. You will find out live on the NSFW podcast. But thank you for being the fans of Wrestling with Maverick, because without you, there is no me. Actually, without me, there is no you. So you're welcome. Have a good one.